So the Democratic Republic of Congo and Nigeria are all set for the crucial showdown on Sunday, and there is so much to unpack. Let's bring in Kenyan journalist Eric Njiru and a friend of the program who joins me in our Nairobi studio to look at the playoffs and what could happen on Sunday. Eric, thank you as always for joining us. Cameroonian football is currently in unfamiliar territory. Will the Belgian coach Marc Brice and the National Federation survive the pressure after failing to qualify for next year's World Cup?
Well, I don't think so, because in Cameroon right now, football is like a birthright, and this result has been coming. You can go back to 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, the game they scored against Brazil. That is probably the last game Cameroonians were happy. Since then, the AFCON in Ivory Coast was not a tournament to remember for them. You remember they had so many issues. Onana came late, they were knocked out of the tournament, they never won it after winning it a couple of years back. And they've had issues between the federation president and the coach and the minister. There was a time they were arguing on where they are going to play their AFCON qualifiers. Do they play in this stadium, the other stadium? And all these problems do catch up with you. And how they qualified for this upcoming AFCON, you remember they were in the same group with Kenya. We've had our problems. They sneaked into the AFCON. And now this World Cup, honestly, the easiest way or the best way to qualify for the World Cup is through the direct slots in the groups. Now the group, you remember that Cape Verde qualified for the World Cup from that group, and it was one of the teams they lost to, and they also struggled. Even the games that they have been winning, they win 1-0. Even when they lose 1-0. So this result has been coming for Cameroon. I don't think this coach will survive, because Cameroonians cannot understand how the World Cup has been expanded to 48 teams. They're supposed to be the best 9 teams in Africa, at least. Cameroon should be actually the best 5 in Africa, and now they're not in the World Cup. Many questions will obviously be asked. And going to this AFCON in Morocco, he may take part or coach the team now in Morocco this Christmas, but from there, they have to start a new era.
Right. Let me bring in Nigeria, who will be playing in the final playoff. They, of course, did not qualify for the 2022 World Cup, and they've called for reinforcements ahead of tomorrow's game, Sunday's crucial playoff final. What changes, maybe, do you think can we expect in that tie?
Well, I think for Nigeria, they should go just as they were on Thursday, because they've got quality. We're actually surprised how they ended up here in the playoffs, because Nigeria have got the best of the best players in the world right now, not just in Africa. Osman has been banging goals in the Champions League this season. I mean, look at Wilfred Ndidi. Look at this guy who plays for Fulham, Iwobi. Nigeria, I expect them to. I was surprised that the game went to extra time. I thought they would win the game early enough. They scored the 3 goals in extra time. So I don't think DR Congo should be a problem to them, because DR Congo actually beat Cameroon 1-0 through a corner in the last play. Quality-wise, Nigeria should be able to see this game out. But this is football, and this is African football, and we know a lot can happen. And quality-wise, Nigeria, like I've said, they have a good bench, they have good players. For the DR Congo side, they're still missing a key player in Yeon Wissa, who has not played for like 3 months now since he moved to Newcastle United. So I think on this one, we expect that Nigeria should go through, but that's football. Anything can happen.
That's what you say. You say that, but here's an interesting statistic. In their last 6 encounters between the two sides, the Democratic Republic of Congo actually has the upper hand over Nigeria, 3 wins to Nigeria's 2, while only 1 encounter ended in a draw. Do you think that maybe history will play a part in this time?
I don't think so, because I actually hate international matches stats, because those stats are different for me. If you go for those 6 games, maybe the first game was played like 10 years ago or something when they met. And you can have the form now. We're in November now, the international break. The next international break is in March. Honestly, I'm not going to use stats from November to determine what is happening in March. I think it's how you've played this week, your players, they've been playing for the clubs. And I do think now, going by how Nigeria played their last game in October, the final qualifiers, and how they were able to turn up this week against the game they played this week against Gabon, and now going to tomorrow's game, I think they should be able to get this one.
All right, Eric, do stay with us. We will continue this conversation.